Technology is the engine of the modern world. For countries like the United States and China, leading in technology means having a stronger economy, a more secure nation, and a greater influence on the future. This is not just about creating the next popular smartphone or social media app. It is about controlling the fundamental building blocks of progress. The competition between these two global powers is intense, especially in critical areas like artificial intelligence and the tiny computer chips called semiconductors that power everything. This rivalry shapes how both nations invest their money, educate their people, and plan for the decades ahead, creating a dynamic that will define the 21st century. The importance of this technological leadership cannot be overstated. Think of AI as a new form of electricity. The country that masters it first will have a significant advantage in almost every industry, from healthcare and transportation to entertainment and defense. Similarly, semiconductors are the brains inside all our electronic devices. The ability to design and produce the most advanced chips is a source of immense strategic power. Both the United States and China understand these stakes perfectly. They see the race for technological supremacy as a marathon, not a sprint, and are marshaling their national resources to secure a leading position for generations to come. This competition has led both governments to take significant actions. They are pouring billions of dollars into research and development, creating policies to support their domestic tech companies, and sometimes creating rules to slow down their rival. For the average person, this might seem like a distant political game, but its effects are felt everywhere. It influences the products we can buy, the jobs that are available, and even the skills that students are encouraged to learn in school. The choices made in Washington, D.C. and Beijing today are drawing the map for the technological landscape we will all live in tomorrow. Understanding this contest requires looking at what each country does best. It's a tale of two different approaches to innovation and growth. America has long been a powerhouse of creativity driven by a culture of open inquiry and a system that rewards groundbreaking ideas from individuals and private companies. China, on the other hand, has demonstrated an incredible ability to mobilize its entire nation towards a single goal, using strong government direction and massive state funding to catch up and in some areas pull ahead. This contrast in styles makes the competition fascinating and its outcome uncertain, pushing both sides to adapt and evolve. The United States has historically been the world's leader in technology, built on a foundation of creativity and pioneering research. Its greatest strength lies in designing the most complex and powerful technologies. A prime example is in the field of semiconductors. American companies like NVIDIA are at the forefront, creating the advanced AI chips that are essential for training the most powerful artificial intelligence models. These chips are years ahead of their competitors, giving the United States a critical edge. This leadership is not accidental. It comes from decades of investment in top-tier universities and a vibrant ecosystem where new ideas can flourish and attract funding from private investors. Another key advantage for America is its educational system, which encourages interdisciplinary thinking and problem-solving. While other countries may produce more engineers, the United States system excels at fostering the kind of out-of-the-box thinking that leads to true breakthroughs. This culture of innovation is what gave birth to Silicon Valley and the tech giants that have defined the digital age. This environment attracts the best and brightest minds from all over the world, creating a diverse talent pool that constantly pushes the boundaries of what is possible. This creative spirit is America's most valuable and hardest to replicate asset in the global tech race. To maintain its lead, the United States government has launched ambitious projects. The Stargate program, for example, represents a massive investment aimed at building the next generation of supercomputers for AI development. Furthermore, the recently passed Genius Act is designed to provide substantial support to both the AI and cryptocurrency sectors, recognizing their importance for future economic growth. Washington is also focused on revitalizing its domestic manufacturing capabilities through initiatives that encourage companies to build advanced semiconductor factories, or fabs, on American soil, reducing reliance on overseas supply chains and creating high-tech jobs at home. However, the United States also faces challenges in this race. Its focus on hindering China's progress through strict export controls on advanced chips has had mixed results. While these rules have slowed China down, they have also motivated Beijing to double down on its efforts to become self-sufficient. Experts warn that for America to truly win, it must focus more on strengthening its own capabilities, improving its infrastructure, streamlining regulations to encourage innovation, and ensuring its visa policies continue to attract top global talent, rather than solely concentrating on holding back its competitor. The ultimate victory will depend on running faster, not just trying to trip the other runner. China's approach to technology is defined by incredible speed and immense scale, all driven by the strong hand of its government. The country's authoritarian system allows it to mobilize national resources towards strategic goals, with an efficiency that is difficult for democratic nations to match. When China's leaders decide that becoming a leader in a field like semiconductors is a national priority, they can direct enormous sums of money and coordinate the efforts of companies, universities, and researchers. In 2024, for instance, the government announced a new fund of over $47 billion specifically to boost its domestic chip industry, a clear signal of its determination. This state-led model has produced remarkable results, demonstrating China's growing resilience. Despite United States export controls designed to block its access to advanced chips, Chinese companies are finding ways to innovate. In a major technological surprise, telecom giant Huawei launched its Mate 60 Pro smartphone in 2023, powered by an advanced 7-nanometer chip made in China by SMIC. This achievement showed the world that China's efforts to build its own independent tech supply chain were bearing fruit. Chinese AI companies are also rapidly closing the gap with their American counterparts, cleverly using clusters of less advanced chips to train powerful new AI models. Another of China's formidable strengths is its vast pool of human talent. The country produces far more graduates in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics than the United States does. By some estimates, 4 times as many. This provides a massive workforce to power its tech ambitions. While the United States has historically led in breakthrough innovation, China excels at implementation and iteration, quickly adopting new technologies and scaling them up for its enormous domestic market. The government is also actively reforming its education system to encourage more creativity, and is working hard to attract top AI experts from around the world to come work in China. China also extends its technological influence globally through initiatives like the Belt and Road Initiative. This massive infrastructure project is not just about building roads and ports, it also involves exporting Chinese technology, such as 5G networks and surveillance systems, to other countries. This helps create new markets for Chinese tech companies and sets international standards that favor its products. This combination of massive domestic investment, a huge talent pool, rapid innovation under pressure, and a strategic global outreach makes China a powerful and determined competitor that is quickly reshaping the global technology landscape. The intense competition between the United States and China has profound consequences that ripple across the globe, affecting everything from employment to national security. For workers and students, this tech race creates both opportunities and challenges. The push for domestic manufacturing in the United States is creating new, high-skilled jobs in areas like semiconductor fabrication. At the same time, it places a greater emphasis on STEM education, signaling to students that skills in AI, data science, and engineering will be highly valued in the future job market. Both countries recognize that winning the tech race requires a well-educated workforce ready for the jobs of tomorrow. The rivalry also has a significant military dimension. Artificial intelligence is at the heart of modernizing a nation's defense capabilities. It can be used for processing intelligence data, managing complex battle scenarios, and controlling autonomous systems like drone swarms. The United States is pursuing initiatives like the Replicator program, which aims to deploy thousands of autonomous military systems to counter China's numerical advantages. The development of AI for military use is a critical area of competition, as both nations believe that technological superiority on the battlefield is key to ensuring their national security and deterring potential conflicts. This technological race also introduces new security risks for everyone. The rapid advancement and spread of powerful AI tools means that they could potentially be misused by rogue states or terrorist groups, a shared threat that worries both Washington and Beijing. Furthermore, the rise of AI-powered disinformation campaigns poses a serious danger to democratic societies. The United States is particularly vulnerable to sophisticated influence operations that could be used to interfere in elections or sow social division. Securing the digital world from these emerging threats is a challenge that requires constant vigilance and international cooperation. Ultimately, this competition matters because it will shape the rules and norms that govern technology for the entire world. The path forward could lead to a decoupling, where two separate technological ecosystems emerge, one led by the United States and its allies, and one by China. This could increase costs and limit choices for consumers and businesses globally. However, there are also areas where cooperation is vital. In a hopeful sign, the United States and China recently issued a joint statement pledging to always maintain human control over nuclear weapons, showing that even fierce rivals can find common ground on the most critical safety issues.